I'm in my gear. So right when I left the restaurant, I see like the roadside service car and a bunch of cars stop, and I can see all looking up at a fucking dead tree that was falling and hanging over the road. And they're trying to figure out what they're going to do or who's going to come out or everything else. So I said, I pulled up, and I don't have Wi-Fi, so I didn't have my, you know, my, this thing, right, can translate. And I said, chainsaw, kanta, I have a chainsaw, I'll fix it. And they're like, really? Oh, okay. So I turned around and parked. And then, when I get back, they all kind of, you know, hey, we don't have any money to pay you. We have no money to pay you. And, you know, what happens if you get hurt? And I said, I'm a professional. I don't get hurt. I hunt giant hornets. You know, I chainsaw all the time. Anyway, so, so I said, you know, and I couldn't get my translator, Sayaka, working. So I whipped out my chainsaw, put on my gear. And I said, I'll tell you what, I'll go take a look. If it's dangerous, I will say, I won't do it, right? So I get over there. It's like, yeah, I can get up there. Get up there. So I get up, you know, I climb up there. You know, big old, like all that fencing. I don't know, you can't see it, but, you know, quite a way up there. Make my way up there. And there's a whole tree that had died. It was just hanging over on over the road. So I climbed up there, and I was like, okay, I'll cut this first one. It was dead. Boom. Then I realized the entire fucking tree is dead, right? The whole fucking tree is dead. So I was like, oh, I need it. It's still hanging over there. So I was like, I cut this one tree. I cut the main base. I swung it over, knocked it down, and then you know, and there was one more. There was a live branch hanging over. So I took my chainsaw. You know, the whole fucking thing comes down, blocking the road, everything. So I scramble back down, get the chainsaw, and I'm cutting it all up, right? They're stopping the traffic, and we're getting out and clear the road. So I'm like, ah, there we go, it's simple. And the guy was like, here's $100. So my lunch was free, people, right? My lunch was free. Made some spending money. It's always good to carry a chainsaw. Carry a chainsaw in your car, dude. I was gonna chainsaw, had it in the car, had my overalls, had everything. So I just made $100 just clearing a tree. Took me like maybe 10 minutes of work, $100. There's so many opportunities in Japan, right? And they're all happy. They didn't have to figure out who's gonna come out here and how long it would take. Would fall down and smack. It was a huge fucking tree. So yeah, free lunch, made some pocket money, beautiful sights along the beach. Crazy. Yeah, it's so amazing here in Japan. So amazing. So there's my little chainsaw story for the day. Little excitement, you know, it's kind of getting boring, you know. Wow, look at that view. Oh, wow. And they're happy. It's like 3:30 on Monday. They didn't know who was gonna get out here. Got it done. And they'll have a story. They'll be drinking about it this weekend. About, you know, Michael, the hornet hunter, who's the student of of Japan's most famous hornet hunter, Suzume Tokunaga. You know, they're like, what do you do? I said, nothing. I said, I'm a YouTuber. I know, oh, YouTuber. I said, yeah, and all Suzubachi no hunter. Huh? All Suzubachi no steru. Do you know what all Suzubachi? That's the murder hornets. And oh yeah, I said, yeah, Tokunaga Suzume, Nippon Ichiban no hunter, Japan's top hunter. Boku wa deshi. I'm his student. So it was funny. So they'll be talking about a hornet hunter came and cleared a tree, and you know, got up there with a chainsaw. Just happened to be, and he was a you know, foreign guy on it. You know, so but I didn't, you know, I was like, no, I'll do it for free. Because you always know Japan, they're always gonna, you know, you can't do nothing in Japan for free. They have to give you a gift. And if they don't have a gift, it's gotta be money. So I knew I was gonna get something. I didn't care. But I would have done it anyway for free. Wasn't doing it for the money. Oh, this is so beautiful. Oh, it's so beautiful. I'm just got this massive ocean on my left, and really no cars. This is the old road to Fukui, and then they built the interstate, which is up in the mountains here. So this would have been like the main road, you know, 100 years ago, maybe. I don't know when they built the interstate, about 20, 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. This would have been it. You'd have to go up and down on this road. So it's kind of fun, you know, being a lumberjack and helping out a bunch of Japanese, you know, civil servants, trying to figure out what they're gonna do. Fucking foreigner pulls up, whacks out a chainsaw. I have a 36-inch chainsaw, about the same size as my cock, you know, 36 inches. I wish. Anyway, so I know where I'm at now. I finally know where I'm at. This is a seaside place. This is really good food. I could have stopped there. We're gonna stop at my friend's up here. We're gonna stop at the a cafe. I think I'm gonna get a coffee. Woo! What an amazing day. Amazing fun day. Every day to me is a holiday, you know? Every day I do what I want to do. I'm not tied to a job. I'm not tied to someone's time, you know, someone's schedule. I just, you know, that's how you're supposed to spend life. Spending your time the way you want to spend it, right? Are you spending your time the way you want to spend it? You know, how are you spending your time? What are you doing with your time? Are you slaving for someone? Are you building your own business and slaving for yourself? Are you just enjoying the planet, enjoying the day, enjoying the scenery? Every moment, right? Every moment counts. Right now, in this very moment, this is the only thing that counts. For me, you know, being out here and just loving it, right? Enjoying it. Helping out. UnDaoDu. Undo, with a smile and laugh. Help. I saw someone needed help. I helped them, right? Driving along, need to help them? Help. And finally, serve. Serve yourself. Serve those around you. Serve your family, right? Serve. Don't become, you know, don't become a tool for another person, whether it's Donald Trump or anything else, right? Maybe I'll go, there's the onsen here. Maybe I'll go to the onsen. Take a hot bath. Enjoy the sunrise, sunset, right? I think I will. There's an onsen right there. Onsen is a hot spa. This is interesting. Look at this little, oh, I can't park here. It's a way down. That's the way down. They used container to build little beach houses thing. No, I'm not gonna go here. They just keep going. I need to plug this in. I'm out of juice. Actually, I need to head home. I'll take a bath at home because I'm about out of juice, people. There's an onsen up here. It says some truck drivers getting an onsen. Big old generators. What the fuck? There it goes. There, it's charging. No cars behind me. I saw you drinking. before you drove. Stop driving immediately. Drinking what? What was I drinking? Ocha. I was drinking ocha. You can drink ocha. Ocha 大丈夫でしょ? ね。水大丈夫でしょ? Alright. 水。酒飲めない。酒嫌い。僕は日本は酒車は本当にダメ。でも水大丈夫。日本語を読めない。読んでない。英語書いてください。おい、ひこもりくん。英語書いてください。He's going fishing. Sakana. Yeah, Zoe, did you see the beginning of the video? Did you see the beginning? So right when I left the restaurant, right, right there, right just by the restaurant, a tree had fallen, right, and it was hanging over the road. And there was a bunch of people, like, you know, a shame I didn't have internet. I would have filmed it. I had no internet. I could have cold filmed it. And they were like, we can't pay you, and what happens if you hurt yourself, you know, go to hospital? I got insurance. I got medical insurance. You know, they're so paranoid. But I did learn something. Nihongo skoshi shaberu. 奥さん日本人、子供日本人、でも漢字読むない。日本語を少し喋るね。少し。ビールお願いします。結構です。簡単に日本語を喋る。日本は20円。So, but I let them, they're going to be talking about me. I should have given them an UnDaoDu shirt. That's what I should have done. Fuck! I forgot to give UnDaoDu shirts. I carry UnDaoDu shirts in the car just to give out. Well, these guys are camping. Should we go talk to some campers? Should we talk to campers? I better not. Little camping area right on the Echizen Coast camping. So I put on my overall, put on my boots, pulled out my chainsaw, went to work. Felt good. Hontouに難しいよ。本当に難しい。 でも僕は練習ありません。でもバカです。僕はバカです。僕の頭は本当にバカです。練習ありません。子供来て日本語喋れない。お父さんの日本語本当に無理です。Wait, is that up there? なんで？わからん。Why? わからん。わからん。Oh, the sunset. Let's go get coffee. Coffee. We say in Japan. コーヒー飲む。コーヒー。このエリアはいいね。越前のプラザまで。本当にいい。Maybe another ice cream. Let's get ice cream. Yes, let me get my clothes off. ちょっと。I'll lose my fuck. I think I lost the knee pad. All right, this battery is dead. How much charge I have in this one? It's one. I'm on my last pack. Sugi no pack. All right, this is Mare. It's amazing. Another amazing place right here. There you go, guys. Crazy easy. でもあなたは頭いいね。Wow. Look at this guy here. I wonder if they're eating this. Tabeta. You can eat this. This is Mare. Look at that. It's a place for interesting people to gather, talk, and have fun. Come join us. Mare. On it. Ice kotko. Maybe dessert. I haven't had dessert. I'll have a fruit tart. Maybe fruit tart. What do you think? Fruit tart? Oh, this is not it. We are in Mare. Such a cool place to hang out. And and they did all this. This is kind of cool. Look how they did the rack up here, from the roof, those boards. They built all of this. Yeah. And they've got trays and stuff up there. Really cool. And then they have these BBQ huts. You can rent a BBQ hut right there. Right there. They've just been expanding this place, right? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'm UnDaoDu. I'm in the heartland of Zen. Been here 20 years. This is move to Japan. This is the time. If you're an American, want to get the heck out of Trumpville, right? America's gonna be freaking insane, man. Fucking insane. Here's your chance. So many houses for very cheap. I was there investigating, checking them out. I'm gonna have the fruit pie. Fruit pieとラテ。ラテで。はい。How are you today? 1150円です。Are you doing good? Having a good day?
はい。
So I'm testing. See, they don't speak English. You come to Japan, you better learn Japanese. 110.50. Where's 50? Oh, this there. There's 200.
はい。こちらの。
はい、ありがとうございます。はい、結構です。
ハンドルだね。
はい、number 3. Wow. Making croissants. I wish I could make croissants. Let's just sit outside. Oh, look at Kitty there. Look at old Kitty. Look at old Kitty. Hello. 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 What? Kusai. Kusai. Kusai よ。大丈夫、大丈夫。はいよ、いいよ。ね、恥ずかしいね。So, look at this view. The old good use. So these are all like old tiles. They didn't have this deck before. You can sit out here. Yeah, these came off or something. Look, made it. Look at that. Look at this here. Like a kid's little area here to sit down. Going on. That dog was like, oh my God, he's stinky. I don't want to be anywhere near that guy. That was funny. Hope you're enjoying the amazing views, the amazing time here in Japan where I live. I've lived here for 20 years. So this is just kind of going around. So many things, like you'd harvest that rope down there. You see that rope? You know? See, I'd like to cut that and take that rope. See that rope? It's a long piece of rope right there. And cut that and take it. Guy's cold. See how a woman wears an umbrella out? They don't want to get sun in Japan. Look, she's got an umbrella. It's not raining. It's for sun. Hatsui ne. Hatsui. お父さんは冷たいね。デブは暑い。Yeah. I'm like a big polar bear. See? There's some girls, free boys. Look at that. These are all the barbecue huts here. Every second. Man, they must have a lot of people. Look at all of the seats they have out here. All the seating that they're gonna get during the summer, I bet. I bet this place is packed. Hawaii. Look, they provide free water. It's nice. Yeah. There's a big, look, all women. You notice that? All women. There's 3 million women in Japan looking for mates, looking for companionship. So those women look like they're probably past the birthing age. Look at that stuff there. Sugoi. Now that's a fucking... This is a stove. Right? I like that. I wonder where you get that from. It looks like they made it. Doesn't it look like they made it? Look, it looks like it's been made. They've got the big old drum sitting on legs. Kind of cool. More water. Konnichiwa. Look. Oh. A buzzer's gone off. Hello, how are you? Oh, look. Right there. Look at that. Let's sit right here. Let's turn this up. Let's fix this here. All right. I want to give you the view from the rear. Look at this. Dude, I just love food too much. That is divine. Pretty good. Try the latte. Hit the spot. I really like, look at these trays, handmade trays, right? And what they did was, this has been soaked, this has been brined. You know what brined is? When you put the tray in salt, you put the wood in salt. I can tell this has been brined. But it's just a piece of wood, 2 sides, 2 ends, and then little things here. Really cool. And then they soaked it in salt water, for extended time, and then they dried it out. So they gave me $100 for cutting up the tree. Look at that. That's worship for you. Worship for you. The doctor is worshiping. Oh, well. Cheers, Ramiro. I got some real worshipers, don't I? Dude, guy comes in with my name. I had to go all that time to make an account just for me to put him on a timeout. Right. Ego de. Shabede. No, this. The woman next door to me was laughing. I thought she understood what I said. So, all right, let's hit the road.
Hi.
chair back. Kore? Hey, arigato. Hi, you're welcome. All right, let's head home. Dozo. You're welcome. Doko kara kaimashita ka?
神奈川、横浜。
Yokohama. Whoa. They're far away. Yokohama. Yokohama is very far. Yokohama. Very far away. People come from all over Japan to come here, and I live here. That's kind of funny. I always get a kick out of, people traveling all over to come where I live. Look at that. Look at that right there. Isn't that cool? I don't know if you can see that. Made with driftwood. All right. All right, let's hit the road. Oh, damn it. Hit the road, Jack. Let's get on. Okay. Well, I'm out. So when this runs out, I'm out. I'm out of juice, boys. I'm out of juice. Get some water in me. Out of juice. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Hope you're enjoying the show. Seeing a bit of Japan. It's where I've lived for 20 years. You should move here. Get out of toxic America. Move to Japan. Trying to show you a little bit of what it's like. Notice that everyone is that one car's parked in. All right. See you. Always look over your shoulder in Japan. Never just look in your mirror. Always look in mirror and shoulder. It's the law. So, back on the road. Back on the road again. I appreciate my fans jumping in. Appreciate I know you guys love me so much. You want to come talk to me. Oh my God. I think I have some, I've got some fans, some only fans, right? They have a fixation on UnDaoDu. Little unhinged. Living in a Naziville. I mean, America has Nazis in control now, man. The Nazis have won the election. Just like, Hitler came into power. He was a Nazi as a populist candidate. And everyone backed him and thought he was amazing. You've got Trump as a Nazi in now his power. It's 1932. And next year is going to be a scary time. Scary time for Americans. You know, 15 million. lovely ladies enjoying the sun. The coming sunset. A lot of people get ready for the sunset. It's going to be beautiful today. I got to get home. My wife's going to go out drinking tonight, so I got to drive her. Oh, we got people down. Pew pew. Not a lot, man. That's the owner of that salt factory. Just been, you know, getting fat. Just enjoying amazing Japanese food. Going from stop to stop. Sharing amazing scenery. We'll make shorts of this for the channel. It's a new channel. We want to, you know, promote Japan. We've got lots of cheap houses here, and we want to create a community of people who want to move here. Pew pew. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Always interesting comments. Sometimes unhinged. I will go off on the MAGA people. Just so you know. It's therapy, you know, it's therapy. You know, so I've got a lot of people who, a lot of the maggots come in here. They worship me now. I'm becoming, you know, it's idolatry at this point. It's kind of embarrassing. I mean, when people actually change their name and use your name, oh, you know you got them. Doc came in. Did you see Doc came in, Zoe? He came in as Michael Trout. That's my name, you know. He made an account from Michael Trout. Yeah, I must have really rocked Doctor's brain, you know. He must have become obsessed. He's become obsessed with me. It's kind of kind of freaky. I don't think I've had a man become obsessed with me, and the last time was when I used to go to gay clubs when I was in college. There was a number of obsessed people, you know, that would always buy me drinks and always try to talk to me and stuff. Club Park Avenue, you know, and wanted to like date me, and I'm like, no, I'm asexual, baby. You know, I liked really playing the crazy hot blonde in a gay club, dude. When I was young, when I was in my 20s, dude. I was the crazy hot blonde that you just, you know, was unapproachable. It was fun. It was really fun. You know, if a guy thinks you're hot, you know, is interested, you know, that's an ego boost. You know, it doesn't discern me at all. Yeah. Doesn't bother me. I ain't going anywhere with it, you know. So, but like the obsession from Doc and Ramirez, some of these boys, dude, they're like hook, line, and sinker in love with me. For Christ's sake, dude, go get a life. I used you for your viewing hours. We're gonna be monetized now. Thank you very much. Now fuck off. You know, rage bait. It's called rage bait, right? It's a thing, right? On YouTube, you rage bait people, come in, talk shit about their pedophile, serial, you know, rapist president, and then they go Google it. Oh, did Trump ever sleep, you know, accused of sleeping and raping a 13-year-old? Oh God, yeah, I didn't know. Holy shit. Did Epstein have pictures of the president jizzing his pants with naked girls around him, laughing at the jizz on his pants? Oh my God, it's real. My brain is shattered. What can I do? Let's go take it out on that UnDaoDu dude in Japan. Oh my God, he wrecked my my beautiful imagery of the president. But when the women come in, you know, Trump 2024, and I'm like, women, you know, women supporting Trump is just sick, dude. Right? It's just sick, sick, sick. Some sick shit right there. They are, you know, that's just sick. How any woman would want to support Trump is beyond me. I just can't wrap my head around it. There's our Turtle Island. Look, there's Game Island right there. Gamejima. There's Gamejima. Right there. Gamejima, baby. We're back nearly home now. What's this guy doing? This guy's walking along the road, dude. He's like a kid. Yeah. At least he's walking on the right side of the road. He's really baka. Dude, that kid is gonna get fucking killed. This road, there's like he's walking around a blind corner and there's no fucking sidewalk. Right? Just like, you know, if a car is coming around hugging the left side of the road, he's gonna be fucked. Oh boy. If I saw my son walking on that road like that, I would be, that's, you know, that's where he would get a yelling to. He would be yelling on there. I like to troll. I'm fucking troll number one. But you're gonna troll on my terms. I'm the king of this channel. You can fucking try to troll me. You know, you can like waste his time putting comments on all of our posts, you know, Zoe? Go ahead, just go put your comments. Algorithm loves comments. Comment away. Help the algorithm. And like people like that, you report for harassing and bullying, right? That's what you do, harass and bully. You know, let them come again, report, harass, bullying. That's the only way you can deal with assholes like that. Don't waste your time. When they're that obsessed, when they're that unhinged, then you stop playing the game with them. You can see that they're, you know, they need help. They need help. Probably have a, you know, mental disorder. Pew pew, pew pew pew. My wife told me to get home by 6 o'clock. It's 4:15 here. You're up late, Zio. Did you get some sleep, Zio? Did the kitty cat get some sleep? Yeah, like some people coming in and messing with them like that. But when someone comes in, like you kick them out, they create a new account with your name on it. And I'm not, you just Google UnDaoDu, you know who I am, right? And then come in trying to like, oh, you're intimidating me. You're able to make an account with my name on it, you know? That person is special. that person needs a little help. And the thing is, he goes by doctor, the unhinged doctor. A lot of doctors are fucking unhinged. You know, I dated a doctor. I told you that before. DM was like, oh my God, there is a Victoria L. Smith in Tallahassee. He's telling the truth, right? And she told me that all the doctors, all the guys that went to medical school, they did it because they want to get girls, hot girls. It was like that was their thing. They became doctors so they could be more attractive to hot girls. Not that they wanted to help or anything else. They just wanted hot girls. And my Vicky dude, she was crazy hot. She was super hot. Not so much anymore. But she's amazing personality. But when I dated her, she was just like, she's like American Indian, you know, squaw. And she's such a good person. What's this guy doing? He's holding his phone. That guy was riding his bike, talking on his phone. So I beeped him a couple times. He was like, oh shit, you know, get off your fucking phone, bitch. It's illegal now in Japan. They passed new laws saying if you're holding your phone whilst you're riding your bike. So he knew what I was doing when I beeped him. Yeah, they're that kind of guys, you know. They're that kind of, you know. They're I don't know. I mean, they're very insecure or whatever. They don't have confidence, and you know, with women until they become a doctor, then they kind of put on the doctor confidence, I guess. You know. All right, Kira, what are you doing? Are you so infatuated with me that you got to come in and bug me on your Sunday? Should you be in church, repenting for your, you know, idolatry of Trump? Don't you feel embarrassed that you basically have an idol? Thank you. Today, Sundays is a no Trump day, just letting you know. Sunday, no Trump day. During the week and stuff, we're just having fun, talking, enjoying the scenery. It's just no Trump day today. Yeah, and spamming gets a timeout too, automatic. No spam in here. If you want to say something funny, smart, great, spam in here, you know, timeout. 24-hour timeout. And no trolling. Hola. What do you think about our upcoming civilization? Hola. I'm very scared. Honestly, I'm very scared. But all we can do is do day by day, you know? We can't live in fear. We can plan. Oh, there's my bamboo. Should we go hey, let's go get some bamboo. All right, I'm out of things here. All right, we're going to turn around. That's our bamboo spot there, Zoe. Let's just cut some, I'm gonna just cut some things, and then I'll take them to the house, right? And then we'll make the things so I can send them to you. We start our bamboo business, Zoe. We're gonna start our bamboo business. All right, we passed the restaurant. That's the little restaurant I was at. And across the street is the bamboo farm. Wish I could park over here. Is there parking here? Yeah, there's parking right there. All right, I'm gonna. Okay. Put my four-wheel drive on. Four-wheel drive on. All right. Look, little parking spot too here. Too. Got my gloves. Let's get productive. All right, I'm not gonna put my overalls on. We'll try to do this quick. All right. Woo! Yeah, I know. I just grabbed the dead pieces. Looks like this guy may own the land there. He's got this little area here. I love four-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive, so nice. All right, we got the bamboo, Zoe. I think I have time to run to the house, drop it off. Something I need to do is pick up. I need to pick up mouse pads for my catch the mice coming in my house. Got miceys. Put a lot of mice. I just want to fucking start killing all the fucking mice. You come into my house, you're gonna die. What's up, Jimmy? What's going on, man? Listen, Jimmy, just giving you a heads up. We don't do any tea talk today. No tea trolling. Sunday's no tea trolling day. All right. I'm trying to be on good behavior too, Jimmy. What are you up to? Oh, here's a police officer right here. What's he fucking doing here? Sitting here with his lights on. Probably telling people to slow down. Yeah, he's doing some paperwork. As long as he doesn't come after me. It's been a fun, productive day. We went and looked at a bunch of Akiya, and then went and had some chestnut ice cream. Then I had some sashimi. Then I had some coffee and cake. Hey, my belly's happy. Now I got to get home by 6 o'clock. I'm headed home now. What are you up to, Jimmy? On Sunday, did you get to church? Yeah, a lot of good clips. A lot of good clippage. You know, there's music that there's a series of shorts with just the views and that kind of religious sounding, you know, clip on it. And it's kind of does the reveal. We should do a bunch of those, you know, like just have a whole series and call, you know. I can't think of, I have the song in my head, but I don't know it. But it's like very crescendo-y and very divine. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, the shorts I'm talking about. Usually they have them like up in the mountains. They start down and they reveal. A little disconnection problem there. We have lots of nuts for clips. Poor Zoe, that kitty cat. See, it's 4:30. think the sunset is coming up here. Trying to see where the sunset is gonna be. Looks like I may be missing it. Already 4:30. Hey Siri, what time's the sunset? It's not gonna work. Yeah, I think it's down. It's like now. Fucking 4:30 in the afternoon. Sunset. It's gonna be night here. Alright, I'll turn left here. Watch out for kids, sign. Really narrow road. Da-da-da-da. Whoop, 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 whoop. I had bow, you know. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. When two cars come in and one has to slow down to let the other one by, you have to go, thank you. Japan is so polite. So polite. Such polite people. Well, sunset's still up. Maybe we can catch it on the you know, oh, look at that convertible fucking old Mercedes. One of those old convertible Mercedes that are really rectangular. There's some guy running. It's like running season now because I should be running, dude. God, I hate being in pain though. This Kishinaka's turn. Hi, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. We're in Japan. Japan. Moved to Japan. Stream about life and living and sights and learning about the Japanese culture. And ultimately, okay, I'll bugger off then. I'll bugger off then. Like, poor people. No, you're not a hot chick. Where's the hot chick? If I was a hot Japanese chick, dude, Bejo's is a hot Japanese chick with little top on, and little, you know, out on and talking, you know. Dude, we'd be like 600 people watching right now, but I'm an old fuck, fat fuck. Holy shit! Look at that fucking light over that. Dude, I'm gonna have to violate. Look at that. Holy shit, dude. Look at that sky there. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that fucking amazing? Oh shit, my battery. Fuck, my battery. My battery ran down right when I did it, so I don't think you saw anything. Oh no. I don't think you saw anything, did you? It was unbelievable. What's up, Nami? I wish you best of luck with that. My dream to life in Japan is shattered in pieces. Aww. Because I'm here. Oh my God. Maybe I can just shut. Look here. Hey, we'll do it this way. Look, I can just do it this way. Look. When I make a left, we'll be able to see it. We'll make a left. Make a left. Good. If you're a MAGA supporter, I hope I shattered your dream of moving to Japan in pieces. That makes me a lot of pleasure there, Nami. Nami. No MAGA in Japan. We don't want MAGA here. MAGA can stay in America. Japan needs to stay MAGA free. We're Shinto, Buddhists, and atheists here. We're not interested in your Christian nationalism. All right, when I get over here, I'll pull over and we'll get some film on it. We'll be able to see it here. I'll pull over on this levee. We're on the levee now. Holy cow! Look at that. That's like biblical there. That's like a biblical fucking sunset. I need to find a place to pull over. This is biblical. We'll pull over right here. Oh my God, catch this, a little bit of this. Oh, look at this. I only have like 20% battery left. Look at this fucking. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. Imagine that song here. Look. All right. It was even more striking over there when I first saw it. So all of this land here, you know, if you could actually set rice fields. You could harvest this land here. It's open land to use on it. The moon. The moon. Man. Oh! Nami. Nami is new. Oh, Nami is new. Nami. Dream to life in Japan is shattered. Why is it shattered in pieces, Nami? Why is it shattered? I don't know why it's shattered in pieces. It should be supercharged if you live in America. Sorry guys, I'm brushing my teeth. Get all the food out of there. It was even more spectacular before. Like now it's even looking better as we move further down. But I can't be looking. This is a fucking narrow ass road I'm on. Narrow ass road, dude. Two cars barely fit together. Maybe we could get the sunset. I don't think I can get to the sunset in time. It's like happening. But I'm running along the cliff, trying to get in front of the cliffs. Going 80 along this little narrow thing here. It's not miles though, kilometers. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. We got the sunset! We got the sunset! I gotta get out of here. We got the sunset. We ain't got sun. Holy shit. We made it, Zoe. Okay, I'm gonna pull up here. Pull over here. This is like an end, dead end, but it's good enough. Oh my God. Yes. Got the sunset. Oh shit, I can't see it. Can't see it. There it is. For you, Zoe. Oh my God. Sunset. Land of the setting sun. And we still have a little juice. Look at this here. Look at that. We just made it in time for the sunset here in Japan. UnDaoDu, UnDaoDu. Let's turn off the car. Noisy ass fucking car. Look at that. And look at the cloud above it. That was a cloud reflecting. With the river. It's really cool how you see the color underneath. Flip around. So, the land of the setting sun. So this is like cordoned off. Interesting. But you can farm down here, grow crops, free land, cultivate it. In Japan, you have rights to the any land by a river, right? You can just go down and like these guys are over there, like he's farming. Do your farming there, on there. What's up, Scott? What's up, Scott? So what had plenty to say. So what he had plenty to say that it's Sunday. Scott, it's Sunday. It's day of rest, right? Unlike your dear leader, I'm a religious man. No, not a religious man, but you know, so I recognize the other people's religions, right? So Sunday's a day of rest. How's Kamala? One cloaked her for days. No one's clocked her for days. Anyway, yeah, man. Today we went and looked at Akiya houses. We caught a lot of clips. I ate some amazing food, right? And so I try to stay away from trolling. 10%. We got 10% juice, baby. 10% juice. So that's all good. Yeah, you know, I like to troll. I have fun in here with you guys, but you know, we need a day of rest, dude. Sunday, your Sunday, my Monday. Yeah, we need a day off. Day of rest, that's right. Today is the Lord's Day. I recognize it, UnDaoDu. You know, God is just another name for O2. O2, you just another name. We can talk theological if you'd like. Talk metaphysics. Zoe's met O2, haven't you, Zoe? Zoe had an O2 experience. That's cool. So we're just chilling, driving around, showing the sights. We went and saw, you know, so like today was all about showing how many Akiya there are, right? And just to, like, in my, there's literally hundreds. And, you know, I haven't checked, and just getting some good clips that we can turn into some good, you know, some good little clips for shorts, you know, because we need to get our short views up. So just some beautiful Japanese clips and stuff like that about Japan and on there. That's right, Scott. Tomorrow, Scott, it's all on, buddy. Gloves are off tomorrow. Gloves are off. What do you say? It's on, bruh. It's on. I think tomorrow I'll just, we've had like, I really need to work on my Akiya house. Dude, I really need to work on my Akiya house. It's been a perfect weather for it. So maybe I'll just like charge up my stuff, go to the house and just work on it all day and just get some shit done. I need to go to the store and get some wire mesh that I can staple, and then I need to I want to try my you know, the stuff that I want to put on the wall. Cool. Yeah, it was a good day. We had really nice, I think we had really some nice stuff. Yesterday, I don't even remember where I was doing yesterday. Now, yesterday I thought we were driving around and I went and found that that park. Was that yesterday? No, yesterday I think I just stayed and I was working on the, I was working just at my house. No, I was at the house. I wasn't at my Akiya. I'm at the family house, and I got the Akiya house, which is gonna, you know, the idea, it's gonna be go pizza and burger, right? We'll have a pizza oven on there, big old pizza oven. I want to build big pizza ovens and shit. Really, I'll be honest, you know, this whole move to Japan is just about trying to find people to come to Japan and help me build my house. And then I'll help you build yours. Get 5 people come over, knock out the house, you know, camp on the, you know, do like a month here camping and traveling around and, you know, eating good food and working on the house, get the house done. I think yesterday I was at my house. This is my main house. I made it home with like 2%. 2%. My phone's about to die. I got 2%. That's my gas station, people. I haven't bought gas there for a while. I feel bad. I made it home. Made it home. Alright, my thing may die. Made it home. now it's time. It's like cooking time. Whoa, 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 whoa. I know. Too close. Oh, too close. That took off my mirror. All right. Leave that in here. This can go up here because I'll just drink it later. This can also go up here. This needs to come to the house. This needs to come to the house. All right. This needs to come to the house. All right. I got the charger. 4%. That says 4%. All right. I got a little bit of charge. 4%. Konbanwa. Look at my oranges, dude. My oranges look good, but I need to cover them before some fucking crow lands on here and starts to pick the shit out of them. They look sweet. Oh. Oh, it looks like Mikey's home. Wow. All right, let's get this in plugged in here before I go out. Bumpers in. Safe. Actually, it's 4%. All right. Let's grab this here. Got 4%. Let's plug it in to the kitchen. I can start making dinner. How you guys doing? Here. All right. Plug this in here. Okay. That'll work. Okay. I hate that corner. This corner hits my head all the time. All right. Dinner time in Japan. I'm off. All right, Scott. See you later, man. See you tomorrow. Ah, cooking kitchen. Let's get this chicken raw. All right, we need pepper. This is garlic, salt, and pepper. And black pepper. Open up the fish fry. Take the chicken. Look at that. Just frozen chicken, right? With your stuff on it. Put it in here. This goes in the trash. All right, need water in here. And then put it on low heat for 30 minutes. That's it. So fucking easy. Fish fry, low heat, on 30 minutes. And it makes the best chicken. Okay. I gotta handle all these bananas. See, all these bananas are ripe. So these now become ice for the, all right. Get a bag. So the banana, I got the hit on there. So the bananas, they're like nice and sugary because they're ripe. Look, they're like, even if they're bruised, they're perfect. It's like perfect. It's like for making like banana bread. This is like perfect for banana bread. So I'm turning all these into ice cubes. These are all ice cubes now. All right. Yeah, I'm back from house hunting, and now I'm sup, Alex? How you doing? So we have lots of videos. They're all unlisted, aren't they? They have to go through and make them listed. You know. So I spent the entire day house hunting in Japan. Went to some really cool little restaurants. Had some sashimi. And have you been to Japan, Alex? Have you ever been here? Oh shit. One right banana there. Well, I've been here 20 years. This channel is all about helping people who want to, you know, not stay 4 years of Trump, want to get out, you know, and Japan is like a great place to consider an exit. So, I know the country really well. Been here a long time. Married, kids. So, this is all ice cubes for my kids. Love banana milkshakes. So you can get houses here, you know, starting as a little 5K on, you know, on up. Little, they call it Akiya, means empty house. Need some work on them, or you can rent really cheap. Lots of jobs, you know, they're looking for people to come and work. I was talking to my my realtor. They're giving housing and jobs and in Shikoku, right, where he's from. So he's very well connected. So if you want to come. This is a new channel. I've got other channels, but I'm not doing them anymore. I'm just doing 100% on this channel. Give me a like, give me a follow. If you want an exit plan to get out, you just don't want another 4 years of Trump. You just want to get away, right, from that nonsense, right? Yeah, I don't even want to listen to him. I don't want to fucking look at him. I don't want to, but I do troll the MAGA. I'm kind of popular with the MAGAs, and I love kind of telling them what I think here. So You'll notice my videos have Trump and Elon holding hands, making out, hugging, you know, because I know they're all really sensitive about their, you know, sexuality. So I kind of troll them a little bit. Sit up, step up. So I'm a bit of a troll, and they try to troll me back. But Sundays in America is no troll day on this channel. You don't troll, right? I try to not troll. I try to say, just don't even think about it. It's like day off. But other days, if they come in, I'll, you know, make fun of them. Alex, where are you in England? Alex, where are you in England? Yeah, I just do US. I'll give him US time. It's Sunday US time today. Actually, not anymore. Isn't it Monday now? Isn't it technically Monday? It's Monday now, isn't it? Is it? Is it Monday? It's 5 p.m. So it's 5 p.m. is 3 a.m. So technically it is Monday. Yeah, so technically, but okay. Where are you in England? Did he say? I can't see here. What does it say here? Hate Trump. Can't stand him. Yeah. So, you know, we have a lot of fun content, and if you and I go off on these guys, you know, you'll see me like really go off on them. I do these tirades. So I got a lot of MAGA fans, needless to say. The whole you know, grief. South of England, okay. Surrey, around Surrey area, or is that south of England, Surrey? Did I get that right? Cambridge, that's eastern, right? It's cheap over there. Yeah, you can get houses. Yeah, Kent. Okay, you can get houses. You can get houses here very cheap. You can get rentals here very cheap. Extremely cheap. You don't need to work. So what? I have realtors. I have contractors. So my job, you know, how I want to do is the kind of the timeline. The thing is I have a Patreon account. People join there. That's the first step. They join there, and then I know, okay, you know, they're interested. It's $4.95 a month, and then they get access to my Discord. I can talk to them one-on-one, what their needs, what they're looking for, what their situation is, right? And then advise them on the best choice to do. I would love to get like groups, really create a community, so we're all like, you know, talking positive. Maybe some people be different. Some people will like, oh, let's buy I'd like to buy a house, fix it up for an investment property, you know. Maybe use it for, you know, Airbnb or rentals or something, or just have it, and just in case I want to get out, use it partial year. Someone may want to just get out and say, you know what, I'm done England, I'm done in America, done for all this stuff, and after, you know, and want to just relocate here and live in the country, or maybe live near a city. You know, there's so many different options. Live on the coast. Like today, I was up in the mountains, and then just now I was driving along the coast, and there's so many different communities. Could be health. I have health issues, and I don't work. I have 6 kids. Wow. You have 6 kids. And why I don't move, but I hate it here. What are the ages of the kids? What's the age range? I said, just the range from yeah, I mean, that may be tough, you know. there isn't English schools here. It'd be tough on the kids, putting kids in the school here, because they don't cater to English at all, and that's kind of tough, situation there. Yeah. Oh, what did it say? 3 are older, no school age. So younger? 3 all older, no school age. Oh, they're all older? Like 18 plus? Okay. So they're all out of school. Then the medical system here is really good. Cool. Well, the medical system here is really good. No waits, cheap medicine, and just really good. And and very affordable. I pay $100 a month for my insurance because technically I don't work, right? So I get the cheapest level. That's the cheapest level. It's like $100 a month. Less than $100 because it's 100 Japanese, so it's about $80 a month. Full coverage includes dental, which I haven't been in 2 years. As you can see, I need to clean my teeth, so I gotta go. I like to because my dentist friend is a former. I used to teach her daughter, so they don't charge me at all. You'd think I would use it, right? I have free dental, and I just haven't gone. And I just hate dentists. I just hate, fuckers fucking with my mouth. So, but I gotta go. So I'll have lots of work for him to do because I'm sure I need fillings and shit like that. I don't have any pain though, and my teeth definitely cleaning because I don't, I really drink too much coffee and shit, so they're stained. But that'll be an experience. Maybe I'll do that. I'll go by, make an appointment, and then we'll do that, and I'll do live dental in Japan. His facility is like Hollywood. I mean, he has an amazing dental clinic, like a Hollywood dental clinic, and he has full service, can do surgery, everything else. I'm gonna say I want X-rays done. I got lots of work for you, and do that. So the medical system here is really good. The thing that you should do, I got Bitcoin a long time ago. So, around 2014, I got into Bitcoin when I quit teaching. So I live off my Bitcoin, and I spent way too much of it. I don't have a lot of it left, so I'm trying not to spend it. But I'm just one of those crypto guys. But there's, I may go be I've done farming, I've done teaching, I've done a bunch of different things. I've tried lots of different jobs here. But my wife works, so I stay home, take care of her. She'll be home soon. I got to drive her at 6 o'clock. I got to drive her. She's going out partying. She goes out drinking with her friends. I'm the taxi cab. Yeah, thanks a lot, folks. Come and share and subscribe. It's good, Bitcoin and crypto is going up. That's the Trump, that's the Trump reaction right there. There's Trump right here. So, a dream. Had a dream. I dreamed I was married to a beautiful Japanese woman, David, and had 2 beautiful boys. And that was in 2002. 2 years later, I had a job offer on Wall Street, and I said, fuck that. If I don't go now, I'll never go to Japan. I said, fuck it, going to Japan. Went to Japan, and dream came true, right? So, pretty simple. And, true story. I did have a dream. I thought the woman I was with at the time when I was living in Boston, on Marble Street, was the one I was going to marry. I mean, I thought that this is the woman I was going to spend the rest of my life. I mean, I was that in love with her, crazy in love with her, and when she broke, you know, and then when I had that dream, we were in the middle of our honeymoon period, like the strongest in our relationship, right? Like it was just pop, you know, and we laughed about the dream. When I said, you don't believe it was so real. I had a Japanese wife, I had 2 kids, it was like 2 boys, it was like, you know, unbelievable how real it was. And yeah, and that was '02. That was '02, sending me some quantum information, going, no, this ain't the woman. You're gonna be in Japan. You're gonna have a wife. You're gonna have 2 kids. Just sent that fucking data to me, dude. '02, a quantum artifact. You call God, right? I call it a quantum artifact. I'm an atheist monk, UnDaoDu, right? So my God is a quantum artifact that evolves from a binary agent and gets imprinted in the quantum space, and then the imprinting in the quantum space causes the Big Bang, right? Such a simple, beautiful, romantic, you know. It takes away all of the fuddle muddle, and then the attempts of all these individuals like Jesus, Muhammad, they felt the quantum artifact. And they just didn't have the vocabulary or understanding of a quantum artifact, and personified it and anthropomorphized it, and you know, and all of a sudden there's religions. So you won't be a Japanese citizen. Japanese citizen is really hard. I won't be a Japanese citizen. I'll be a permanent resident. I'm applying next time, but my visa is up on 28. So my next application, I'm going to apply to be a permanent resident. To be a citizen, you have to master the language. You have to take a language test, right? On that. You have to be fluent in Japanese, for the most part. And I never will be fluent in Japanese, you know. So my best thing is, you know, is to be permanent resident. But the thing of the shoe is download download '01, that's ChatGPT, and ask it. Dude, just tell you it all. How do I go about it? How do I become a citizen? How do I, you know, I want to move to Japan, you know, how do I get national health? What needs to happen? You know, the thing is, you know, use the tool that has access to all that data, you know, and be more clear. So, on that. If someone moved with your program, how long does it take? Well, everyone's different, David. Right? So depends on, you know, how fast you want to move. Right? I can get a house. I mean, dude, you know, I got a house already. If you want to start a pizza burger place, have a little loft there to live in, and you know, and you want to fix it up and take it over, yeah, I'd be open to that, right? Help you with that. If someone said, yeah, I want to have my little, you know, burger. Maybe I think what's his name? Daddy is a cook, right? It'd be perfect for someone like who's a chef or likes cooking. I have it, dude. It's easy. You know, I went through the whole process, so I understand the whole process. So the process is how quickly you want to move, right? Really is how quickly the person wants to move. And what, you know, the thing is, you can buy land, but you have to be here in person to sign it. But you can use a proxy. So I'm the proxy that represents you signing the land. So it would be your property and everything else, your house and everything else, and on the proxy. And the key thing is like, so you don't have to show up. I go in, check it all, check the foundation, check the wood, check for mites, check for all that stuff. Have a builder, you know, sign off on it, so you understand, you know. Maybe bring in the guy that I was with today, the other guy, right, who's building his workshop and you know, and construction stuff. If we need to put in some additional support, whatever it is, you know. And it comes down to really how much you want to spend on fixing up a house or how little. So if you don't want to spend a lot, then you probably buy a more expensive house, which is less, as less old. The cheaper it is, the more work that has to be done. Like when I bought my house, the house was free. I was just paying, for the land, and there happened to be a house there. So, but there's no plumbing, there's no electricity in there, right? All that needs to be added. But I have and to me, it's kind of like fun, something to do. I got cleaned up. Let's put this here. Put this here. I got to do the dishes here, so I can read. Mikey. Michael? I think that's my son. I heard someone, or it could be the mail. I guess it wasn't. I guess it was the mail or something. The popular, well, I mean, dude, Koresh, dude, what do you think? I'm an encyclopedia, fucker? It was 120. It's dropping. It's going to drop to about 80. And, the population in my area, I really don't know. Go to get O1, download O1, and say, what's the population of Fukui, or what's the population of? Yeah. What would you like? Would you like to have life? Okay, so this is would you like to have life like, in the mountains, right? Where there's hunting and, and wildlife and kind of, what would be the proximity you want to be to a city, right? There's like 250,000 at Fukui, so it's a nice sized city you can come into, right? Or you kind of I'm a hermit, dude. I don't need to be around people. I really don't. I grew up in Spain I had one friend in Spain. I went to prep school in England and I was American, so, I really didn't have a lot of friends there. Going to school in a different country as an outsider. I've always been an outsider. So it doesn't bother me to be alone at all. Are you interested in are you interested in being fishing? I don't, on that. So those are the first two. Like today, like Echizen Coast, where I live there. Oh my God, it's amazing. For example, we could get you moved, get you a job, get you housing, and move you, a middle-sized city, Kochi. So, like my real estate guy's from Kochi, and the state is paying people's accommodation, with accommodation and giving them a job. And it's a Shikoku, it's a southern island called Kochi. It's Koche, Kochi. It's actually Shikoku is one of my favorite places down there. I have friends in Kamiyama. Kamiyama. Is it Kamiyama? Yeah, I think it's Kamiyama. Yeah, Kamiyama is down there. But Kochi, look, Koche, Kochi. And he knows that's where he's from, so he's really connected with there. So how far from the city would you want to live in? I think you want to personally, I wouldn't want to live in the city, right? The places are crammed, you're not going to find really good deals, right? So the best bet is like up, in the mountains or on the coast in some small village, right? And then being able to, ride your motorbike. I don't know if you ride a motorbike, or try to get to, on it. And there is, do you like, are you into like diving and stuff? Do you like water? Are you a land boy, David? Yeah, like we're at Fukui's a mid-sized city. Well, the reason why is he knows where there's pearl, right? Not pearl, but like he was talking about it today. I don't know if you remember, right? He wants to harvest pearls off the Kochi. He's a fisherman. He knows where they all are and stuff, and that may be a good business. Go down there and start a little, pearl gemstone pearl business out there and harvesting, be a niche business, selling it to and there's a lot of water, and it is while the winters down there, it's really nice. Kochi. I may take a trip down there. Did you sign up to my Patreon? Language, right? No one, very few people speak English, but from what I said, there's quite a few foreigners in Kochi too. So they're just trying to, bring people and stuff like that. If you like recreational drugs, they're very strict about it here. Even though I have a friend down there that that partakes, I don't. You just have to bathe. You just have to be not wild and shit. Yeah. But the thing is, Shikoku is less strict than other places. Shikoku is really laid back, kind of a hippie island. So, but they are, they are. But I have a friend down there. If you went down there, who partakes, and he's a super cool guy. He's kind of a coder, programmer. He works. He's got some really interesting projects that he's working on. But yeah, I mean, Japan, it's not. I mean, as long as you keep to yourself and you're not, no one's gonna come after you. You know what I'm saying? But I've never felt it's been restrictive, but I've never put myself out there. Like, you can't get guns. I mean, the only guns you can get is like hunting rifles, stuff like that. There's no ARs, no pistols, like a shotgun, for hunting. You have to get licensed and everything else, and I think it's not easy. So in regards to if you're a Second Amendment person, that's not a thing here at all. Even though like some guy today on the news this morning bumped into a woman and then turned around and just cold cocked her in the back of the head. Japanese guy. That was primetime news this morning. I'm always feeding neighborhood beasts. Made my yogurt yesterday. Did you see my yogurt? Fucking amazing. Amazing yogurt. I used to eat yogurt all the time and it just burns away fat. I need to start just drinking and eating it more. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this consistency of this yogurt, dude. It's amazing. Isn't that good? On there. Hi. But you can, again, talk to O1. That's ChatGPT on my back there. And, you know, asking any questions about the things that you want to know about it. You know? I used my chainsaw today. So I just got done at lunch. This is all the shit in my stomach. That's so good. This is amazing yogurt. They had a brand new yogurt come out. I don't know if it's yogurt, but I ended up mixing my yogurt with it. It's a probiotic, right? So I think I have a probiotic yogurt, probiotic blend here. It's a very smooth yogurt. Sometimes yogurt comes out cheesy. It's not cheesy at all. Not sure what that is. I don't know. Maybe I've been left in my plate or something. Thanks for checking me out. All right, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, give me a follow. We're a new channel, all about helping people come to Japan. I'm UnDaoDu. You can learn more by going to move2japan.info, right? And lots of videos. We have lots of clips coming. Housing is cheap in Japan, very cheap. You can get a house for as little as $5,000. You get land, right? You can, there's lots of jobs here. The population is diminishing, and they're looking for people to come and move and work. And it's really a perfect time to come. I don't know what it will look like 5 years from now, as you know, I think a lot of people are going to want to get out of the States. You know, I plan this is a long-term adventure for me, helping people relocate and move over here. So if you have questions, you can ask me below. I'll answer like David. And you know, one cool thing about Shikoku is it's got a pilgrimage, 88 temple pilgrimage. So you can do your David Koresh walk. You know, you can just be like just in sandals and a loincloth, right? Like Jesus with long hair, long curly hair. David, like David Koresh, you know, and walk and go, I'm David Koresh. I am the David Koresh. I have returned. I'm there. Oh my God, this belly. Look at this fucking, look at this thing here. Look. It's happy. plug this shit in upstairs. All right, let's go upstairs. Oh, I gotta pull in. Oh fuck, my bedding is outside. My wife's bedding's outside, so I gotta pull that in before she comes home. All right. Oh, had to bring the bedding in. Oh my God. If you've never put your bedding in the sun for the day, right? And then bring it in, it's the most amazing smell. It's obviously some sort of, some evolutionary, adaptation. It just smells earthy. It smells good. It smells like it smells clean, you know? All right, this one gets plugged in. And this one here, that's that one. This one goes here. This one goes here. Okay. And this one goes there. Okay. Everything's plugging in. Oh, there.
All right, so let's dive into some really interesting, maybe even a little unsettling territory today. Have you ever heard of this term, hashtag US at Brexit?
Sounds like something out of one of those political thrillers, huh? But it's a theory and it's gaining traction, and it really centers on these potential parallels to Brexit, but amplified for the U.S.
For the U.S. letter landscape, yeah.
What's really capturing people's attention, I think, is that hashtag US at Brexit suggests this really deliberate, this long game manipulation of the U.S. electoral process leading up to the 2024 election.
And you sent over some really diverse sources for this deep dive.
Yeah.
We've got a really detailed timeline breakdown.
Yeah.
Some historical analysis, even legal documents.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack, but that's what we do here, right?
That's what we're here for.
So if this theory holds water, how did this all allegedly begin?
Yeah, where did it all start?
Well, the theory points to 2016 and the Brexit vote as a sort of a blueprint. That's where we saw Russia's disinformation machine really ramp up, pushing this divisive content on social media platforms like Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Remember Cambridge Analytica and all that controversy around harvesting user data?
Yeah, that was a big deal.
Big deal.
Wasn't Steve Bannon involved in that?
He was a key player, along with the Mercer family.
Okay.
They used that data to create these highly targeted ads and messages that tapped into people's anxieties and ultimately influenced
This is
voter
done with
behavior.
AI.
So the hashtag US of Brexit theory suggests that those same tactics were then applied to the U.S. election in 2016.
Exactly. The theory claims those tactics, combined with Russia's interference, helped sway key states by razor-thin margins, like a test run for something much larger.
A test run.
And then, of course, we have the 2020 election.
Yeah, that was
that
was a different story, right?
It was by 2020 awareness of election interference was much higher. So social media platforms were under more scrutiny and attempting to be more vigilant about disinformation.
Yeah.
Voter turnout was also incredibly high.
Yeah.
Biden won, but the theory argues that this was just a temporary setback for those allegedly behind hashtag US of Brexit.
Okay.
The groundwork, the seeds of doubt had already been planted.
And that's where Elon Musk and his acquisition of Twitter, now X, comes into play.
Precisely. Musk had already amassed a massive following and influence, but his acquisition of Twitter in 2022 gave him access to one of the largest data sets on human behavior ever collected.
Yeah.
Huge.
And the hashtag US of Brexit theory suggests that he used this data, along with advanced AI, to actually manipulate opinions during the 2024 election.
That's the claim.
Wow.
But we have to unpack what that actually means, you know?
Yeah.
The theory alleges that Musk's AI could identify shifts in voter sentiment in real time, instantly adapting disinformation campaigns to exploit those vulnerabilities.
Hold on. Real-time manipulation. How could they possibly do that?
Imagine AI systems that are constantly monitoring social media posts, news articles, even private messages.
Wow.
They use a technique called sentiment analysis.
Okay.
To gauge the emotional tone and opinions being expressed.
So it's almost like they're able to read people's minds or something.
Well, not exactly mind reading, but it's getting pretty close.
Yeah.
Then these algorithms could identify and exploit any anxieties or vulnerabilities they detect.
So it's like an automated disinformation machine.
It is
constantly adjusting its course.
Yeah.
To maximize impact. That's pretty unsettling.
It is, and it gets even more complex when you factor in things like natural language processing and machine learning. These technologies allow AI to understand and generate human language, making it even harder to distinguish real content from manipulated narratives.
Okay, so that's how they could theoretically manipulate people's opinions online, but how did they get those messages out to the masses? Wasn't Steve Bannon supposed to be involved somehow?
He was, and this is where traditional media comes back into play.
Yeah.
The theory suggests that Bannon, drawing on his experience with Cambridge Analytica, focused on swing states, using carefully crafted disinformation campaigns to sow discord and potentially suppress voter turnout.
But how do you spread that disinformation in a way that reaches enough people? Like, how do they actually get it out there?
The theory points to the right-wing media ecosystem as a key amplifier.
Right.
Outlets like Fox News and Newsmax, along with influential figures like Joe Rogan and Tim Pool.
A huge reach.
They have massive reach, yeah. Whether intentionally or not, they became megaphones for these manipulated narratives.
So it's not just about creating the disinformation; it's about making sure it resonates with the right audience.
Exactly. They tapped into pre-existing anxieties and biases, weaving narratives that were already primed to spread like wildfire within those echo chambers.
Right. And on X, the theory alleges that Musk used tactics like shadow banning and throttling to further control the flow of information.
Right.
I've heard those terms before, but could you explain what those mean?
Sure. Shadow banning involves limiting the visibility of certain accounts or content without notifying the user.
Okay.
So your post might be visible to your followers, but they wouldn't show up in searches or recommendations.
Oh wow!
Essentially, you're being silenced without even knowing it.
That sounds scary.
It is.
What about throttling?
Throttling is a bit more overt. It involves intentionally slowing down the reach of specific posts or accounts, making them less likely to go viral or reach a wide audience.
So if the hashtag US of Brexit theory is true, they were controlling the message, controlling who could see it, and actively manipulating people's opinions. all at the same time.
That's what the theory suggests.
That
And to
sucks,
make
Windsor.
matters even more complicated,
Sorry to hear
we've
that.
got the alleged involvement of Russia.
Right, can't forget about Putin.
What role did he allegedly play in all of this?
The theory claims that that Putin reactivated his entire disinformation network, including troll farms, bot networks, and the funding of right-wing influencers.
So they were actively involved in spreading these narratives online.
They were amplifying.
All right, you like that? I like my fucking USA, my podcast, dude. Yeah, that's fucking brilliant. Let's Google Podcast Manager.
Let's talk about podcasts on YouTube, a rapidly growing format that lets creators share their message and connect with their audience in new ways. Podcast creators get special video and playlist badges and are eligible for official search cards and to be featured on youtube.com/podcasts. In this video, we'll walk you through how to create a podcast in YouTube Studio, how to analyze your podcast performance,
Let's add it to
and
YouTube Studio.
some best practices for podcasting on YouTube. Let's dive in.
Let's do it.
Let's walk through how to create a podcast in YouTube Studio.
Yeah.
On YouTube, a podcast is a playlist, and podcast episodes are videos in that playlist. To create a new podcast, go to YouTube Studio and click Create, then New Podcast. Then enter
Where's
in the
YouTube?
details for your podcast, including a
Where's
podcast
settings?
title, podcast description, visibility, and a podcast thumbnail. Note, this thumbnail will need to be square. Hit Create to save. Once you have a podcast playlist created, you'll be able to add new or existing videos to it. You can add a new video to a podcast during the upload flow at the Details step by selecting the podcast playlist you want to add it to.
Where the fuck
You
is
can add
Studio?
existing videos to a podcast playlist by going to the Content tab, selecting one or multiple videos
Content.
you want to add, then select Add to
Post.
Playlist.
Podcast.
Now, let's walk through how to set an existing playlist as a podcast.
New podcast.
Go to YouTube Studio, then Content, then Playlists. Find the playlist you want to set as a podcast. Then click the three-dot menu and select Set as Podcast. Here, you'll need to review the title, description, and visibility for your podcast. You'll also need to add a square podcast thumbnail, which is a unique requirement for podcasts. In YouTube Studio, you can see all your podcasts by going to Content, then the Podcast tab. Here you can edit your podcast details at any time, including default video order. If your podcast is episodic, consider ordering your videos from newest to oldest. If your podcast is serial, you might consider ordering your playlist from oldest to newest. To manually sort your videos, you can drag and drop your videos on the playlist page on YouTube. Podcast playlists are eligible for podcast features on YouTube, such as podcast badges, official search cards, and to be featured on youtube.com/podcasts. Podcasts will also be available in the YouTube Music app. Now, let's walk through how to analyze your podcast performance. In YouTube Studio Analytics, the Overview tab will give you a snapshot of your podcast's performance. Here, you can see your podcast views and watch time. For a deep dive into a specific podcast's performance, click See Podcast Analytics. If you have multiple podcasts, click the title of the podcast you'd like to analyze. You can also get here from the Content tab in Studio by going to Podcasts, then clicking into Analytics for the specific podcast you want to analyze. On the Overview tab, you'll find aggregated metrics such as views, watch time, and estimated revenue for all videos in the podcast playlist in the selected time range, as well as your top performing episodes. The Content tab will show you key moments for audience retention and how viewers find your podcast videos. The Audience tab will show audience demographics. And if you're monetizing, the Revenue tab will show your estimated revenue and top earning content. Finally, let's walk through some best practices for podcast creators. Create a public podcast playlist for each podcast on your channel. This playlist should only contain full-length episodes from all seasons of a show in the order they should be consumed. This helps fans of your podcast find all the episodes in one place. Next, use the same name of your podcast as your playlist title. Don't add extra words, not even the word podcast, unless it's part of your show's name. This makes it easier for your audience to find you on YouTube. Also, avoid mixing clips, different podcasts, or videos from other channels within a podcast playlist. Finally, add a comprehensive description to your podcast. This helps new listeners discover your podcast from their searches. These podcast tips can help you increase your reach, engage your audience, and enable your podcast content to be eligible for podcast features on YouTube. For more info about podcasts on YouTube, check out the links in the description. Thanks for watching.
These are like videos. This is not sound. Let's see. Collections. Create audio. I am adding it to the Patreon. Let's see. Cancel. Next. What? All right. Podcast. Well, let's continue. Listen.
The narratives being spread on X and other platforms,
Okay.
further muddying the waters and sowing discord.
So we've got this really complex web of alleged manipulation involving AI, social media, traditional media, and even foreign interference.
Islam.
But there's one piece of the puzzle I'm still not quite getting. Polymarket. What's their connection to all of this?
That's where things get really interesting,
Okay.
and it's what we'll explore next.
Okay.
Polymarket is a decentralized prediction platform where people can bet on the outcome of events using cryptocurrency.
Okay.
But the theory alleges that it was more than just a bystander in this alleged election manipulation scheme.
All right, I'm definitely ready to unpack that. Let's delve into the Polymarket connection in the next part of this deep dive.
Welcome back. We just dug into those intricate details of the hashtag US Brexit theory, tracing its alleged origins all the way back to Brexit,
Right.
and exploring the supposed roles of Putin, Musk, and Bannon.
Yeah.
Now let's shift our focus to the potential consequences, because
Yeah.
if even a fraction of this theory is true, it raises some serious concerns about the future of democracy.
I have to admit, I'm still processing everything we just talked about.
Yeah,
It's a lot to absorb.
it is.
But if the 2024 election was indeed engineered, where does that leave us?
Right.
What does it mean for the future of our democracy?
Those are the questions that keep a lot of us up at night.
Yeah.
There are no simple answers.
Right.
But what's clear is that the hashtag US Brexit theory forces us to confront some uncomfortable truths about the vulnerabilities of our democratic systems in the digital age.
I'm particularly interested in exploring the immediate consequences.
Okay.
If this theory holds water, what are the most pressing issues we need to address?
Well, first and foremost, I think it would mean that the very foundation of our democracy, the ability to hold free and fair elections, has been severely compromised.
Yeah, I mean, if people can't trust the outcome of an election,
Right.
it erodes faith in the entire system.
It does.
And that erosion of trust seems to be a recurring theme throughout history.
It is.
The materials you provided drew a chilling comparison to the America First movement of the 1930s.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that a bit more?
That's where we see these disturbing parallels.
Yeah.
The America First Committee, led by figures like Charles Lindbergh, pushed an isolationist agenda, arguing that the U.S. should stay out of World War II.
Right.
But beneath the surface, there were these deeper, darker motivations at play.
The document highlighted how they used tactics similar to what we're seeing today.
Yeah.
Exploiting economic anxieties, stoking fears about immigration,
Right.
and labeling anyone who disagreed with them as unpatriotic.
Exactly.
It's almost like a blueprint for how to divide a nation.
Exactly. And the truly unsettling part is that the America First movement had significant support within the government.
Within the government.
Rachel Maddow's Ultra podcast delves deep into this history,
Oh,
revealing the involvement of senators and congressmen in promoting these fascist ideologies.
senators and congressmen. That's terrifying.
It is.
It makes you wonder if similar things could be happening today.
Well, that's the question we're grappling with, isn't it?
Right.
And even if those in power aren't intentionally promoting those ideologies,
Yeah.
they may still be susceptible to the same kinds of manipulative tactics that were used back then.
So we have historical precedent for this kind of manipulation.
We do.
And in today's hyper-connected world,
Right.
it seems even more potent.
It does.
What can we do to break free from this cycle of distrust and manipulation?
That's the $1 million question.
Yeah.
I think it starts with education and awareness, which is what we're aiming to do with this deep dive.
Right.
We need to understand the tactics being used, the players involved, and the potential consequences.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power, as they say.
Right, but information alone isn't enough.
Oh.
We need to develop the skills to critically evaluate that information.
Absolutely.
How do we become more discerning consumers of information, especially in the digital age?
It's about becoming what I like to call a digital detective.
Oh,
we
well,
can't
thank you.
just blindly accept everything we see online.
Mhm.
We need to question sources, cross-reference information,
Right.
and be wary of content designed to trigger emotional responses.
So it's about cultivating a healthy skepticism,
Yeah.
but always looking for clues and never taking anything at face value.
Piece of act.
What else can we do to protect ourselves?
Holding platforms accountable.
Okay.
Social media companies have a responsibility to mitigate the spread of disinformation and protect users from manipulation.
Sure.
We need to demand transparency regarding their algorithms, data collection practices, and their efforts to combat these threats. And that means being vocal, right? Calling them out when they fall short, supporting legislation that promotes online safety, and even considering alternative platforms that prioritize ethical practices.
Absolutely. And we also need to support independent journalism and fact-checking organizations. They play a vital role in exposing disinformation and providing reliable information to the public. They act as a crucial counterbalance to the spread of misinformation.
It seems like building a more resilient democracy requires a multi-pronged approach.
It does.
But it's not just about institutions and platforms, is it?
It's not.
What can we do on an individual level to bridge the divides and rebuild trust?
You're hitting on a crucial point. We can't just rely on institutions and platforms to solve this problem. We need to talk to each other, engage in respectful dialogue with people who might be falling prey to these manipulative narratives.
Yeah, it's about recognizing that this isn't a left versus right issue.
Right.
It's about truth versus fiction.
It is.
And we all have a role to play in protecting the very foundation of our society.
Exactly. It's about recognizing our shared humanity and working together to find solutions.
Okay, we've talked about the immediate consequences and some potential solutions, but what about the long-term implications? If this hashtag US of Brexit theory is a symptom of a larger trend, what does the future hold for democracy?
That's where things get really unsettling. If this kind of manipulation becomes the norm, it could lead to a fundamental shift in the way we govern ourselves.
Right. Elections could become mere formalities.
Right.
With the real power concentrated in the hands of those who control the flow of information.
A chilling.
It's like a dystopian future where technology is used to control and manipulate the masses.
And it's not as far-fetched as it might seem.
Right.
We're already seeing how technology can be used for surveillance, censorship, and social control.
Yeah.
If we don't act now, we could be sleepwalking into a future where democracy is nothing more than a facade.
So the stakes are incredibly high.
They are.
It's not just about one election or one country. It's about the survival of democracy itself.
You hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
We need to remain vigilant, informed, and engaged if we want to protect our freedoms and ensure a future where democracy thrives.
But with all this talk of manipulation and potential threats, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and powerless.
It is.
What's the key takeaway for our listeners?
Right.
How do we avoid despair and stay hopeful?
It's understandable to feel overwhelmed, but we can't succumb to those feelings.
Right.
Apathy is the enemy of progress.
Yeah.
Remember, each of us has a role to play in safeguarding democracy.
Okay.
Stay informed. Think critically, hold those in power accountable, and support organizations that are fighting for truth and justice.
It's about reclaiming our agency.
It is.
We are not passive consumers of information. We are active participants in shaping the future.
Precisely, and that starts with asking ourselves some tough questions.
Yeah.
What information sources do we trust?
Right. Yeah.
What biases do we hold?
Uh-huh.
How can we contribute to a more informed and engaged citizenry? Those
are questions we all need to grapple with.
We do.
Now let's turn our attention to Polymarket and its alleged role in the hashtag USA Brexit scheme. Are you ready to dive into that? Okay, so we've gone pretty deep into this hashtag USA Brexit theory.
We have.
From its alleged origins to its potential consequences.
Yeah.
And now it's time to tackle what might be the most perplexing piece of this puzzle, Polymarket.
Right.
It's a decentralized prediction market.
It is.
But how does that tie into this alleged election manipulation scheme?
Polymarket is where the theory takes this fascinating turn. It's a a platform where people can bet on the outcome of various events,
Uh-huh.
including elections,
Correct.
using cryptocurrency.
Right, and it operates on a
On a decentralized network.
decentralized network.
Which means there isn't a single entity controlling it.
Okay.
But the hashtag US of Brexit theory suggests that it was more than just a passive bystander.
Right. The theory alleges that Polymarket was actually complicit in the manipulation.
Right.
I'm struggling to understand how a prediction market could be used in that way.
Think about it this way: if someone knew the election was going to be manipulated, they could place bets on Polymarket based on that insider information,
Right.
and potentially profit immensely from the outcome.
So it's not just about profiting from a chaotic situation.
Right.
It's about incentivizing the chaos itself.
It is.
It creates this dangerous loop where manipulating an event becomes even more appealing if you can also bet on the outcome.
Exactly. The theory accuses Polymarket of failing to prevent the use of insider information.
Okay.
Essentially allowing individuals to benefit from a rigged system.
And remember, we have Polymarket's terms of use as one of our sources.
They do.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You mentioned that those terms contain some interesting clauses.
They do.
What exactly stood out to you?
There are a few things that raise red flags. For instance, Polymarket repeatedly emphasizes that they're just a platform, not a financial institution or a broker. They try to distance themselves from any responsibility for the actual bets that take place on their site.
So it's the classic "we're just the middleman" argument that we often hear from tech companies.
It is.
What else caught your attention?
They also include these broad disclaimers about the accuracy and reliability of the information on their platform.
So they're not vouching for the accuracy of the information on their site.
Right. They basically say that they can't guarantee the information is correct.
Okay.
And that users are responsible for doing their own research.
So if someone's using insider information to manipulate the market, Polymarket is essentially washing their hands of it.
That's the implication. They're essentially saying, buyer beware. It's up to the users to determine the validity of the information. It's not their responsibility.
But given the gravity of the situation, shouldn't there be a responsibility to at least attempt to prevent this kind of manipulation?
Right. We're talking about potentially influencing election outcomes.
Right. This isn't just predicting the winner of a football game or something.
Exactly. That's the core question at the heart of this debate.
Yeah.
Do platforms like Polymarket have an ethical or even legal obligation to monitor their platforms and prevent them from being used for harmful purposes?
Right. It's a complex issue with no easy answers.
It is.
It seems like a difficult balance to strike.
It is.
On the one hand, we value freedom of speech, and we don't want platforms to become censors.
Right.
But on the other hand, we need to protect against real-world harm that can result from these platforms being misused.
It's a debate that's only going to intensify as technology advances
and platforms become even more powerful.
Right.
But I think the hashtag US of Brexit theory, whether it's ultimately proven true or not, serves as a crucial wake-up call. We can't afford to ignore these issues any longer.
I completely agree. It compels us to confront the evolving role of technology in our society.
It does.
And the potential consequences if it falls into the wrong hands.
Absolutely. It highlights the importance of critical thinking, media literacy, and holding those in power accountable.
Right.
We can't simply be passive consumers of information.
Right.
We need to be active participants in safeguarding our democracy.
Well said.
Okay.
It's been quite a deep dive into a truly complex and disturbing theory.
It has.
So as we wrap up this episode, what's the most important message for our listeners?
I'd say it's a call to action.
Stay informed, stay engaged, and never underestimate your own power to make a difference.
Our listeners have the power to make a difference.
The future of our democracy depends on it.
I was napping. Let's put a little Alan Watts on.
どうもそうです。僕のことを知っている人も知らない人もあと10秒だけ時間をください。今回めちゃくちゃすごいですね、プレゼント企画を用意しました。
They put that name on you and they taught you to identify with it and to behave as it was expected to behave. But that's not who you are. You know very well. Go back in your memory. Go back into your infancy before they started telling you all this stuff. Who are you? And if you get with that, you'll know very well who you are. The jolly old ancient of days. Only there's a conspiracy that you mustn't let on about that. Because everybody is. And if one person realizes it, the other's a little bit offended. And they'll say, well, how come you're so great? We worked it in Christianity by a very clever thing of allowing just one individual to be recognized as the God incarnate. And nobody else, therefore, could be. And since he had been safely crucified and whisked up to heaven, he wouldn't bother us anymore. So everybody, therefore, who gets an intimation of who they really are and ever comes out with it in Christian civilization, people say, who the hell do you think you are? You Jesus Christ? Well, you can say Jesus Christ said he was Jesus Christ and everybody put him down for it, and that's what you're doing to me. Oh, they say forget that one. Because it's like somebody comes out and composes some perfectly terrible music. The critics say this man is a cacophonist. He is completely incompetent. And he said, did you read the reviews of Beethoven's First Symphony? Most of the things that we experience, we regard as things that happen to us, which we ourselves do not originate, which are events expressing some sort of power or activity that is external to ourselves. And if you consider that, you realize that what you mean by yourself is rather narrowly circumscribed. Even events that go on in our own bodies are put in the category of things that happen to us in the same way as things that go on in the world outside our skins. If there's a thunderstorm or an earthquake, well, it happens to you. You're not responsible for it. But so in the same way, when you have hiccups, you didn't plan on it. If you have belly rumbles, you had no intention of doing it. And as to the catastrophic act of getting born, well, you had nothing to do with that. and you can spend all your life blaming your parents for putting you in the situation in which you find yourself. And this way of looking at the world in this sort of passive mood as something that happens to you goes right down to our general feeling about life. It goes down to the way in which, as Westerners, we have been accustomed to look at human existence as a precarious event in a cosmos that, on the whole, is depicted as being completely unsympathetic and alien to our existence. In other words, if you're reared with a 20th century, or shall we say an early 20th century common sense, which is based on the philosophy of science of the 19th century, with its rejection of Christianity and Judaism, you regard yourself as an accident, a biological accident, in a stupid universe, which is mechanical, but has no feelings, no finer feelings. A vast, pointless gyration of radioactive rocks and gas in which you happen to occur. Of course, if you don't have that point of view and you are more traditional, you look upon yourself as a child of God. And therefore, under authority. In other words, there's a big boss on top of all this, who allowed you, at his pleasure, to deign to have the disgusting effrontery to exist. And you better watch your P's and Q's, because that Almighty is looking after you, with the attitude of this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you. And when you look at the world in that image, or in the other image, that it's a stupid mechanism, either point of view you take, you don't really belong. You're not really part of all this. And I could use a stronger word than part, only we don't have it in English. We have to say something like connected with it, essential to it, or to put it in the strongest possible way, it is quite alien to Western thought to conceive that the external world, which is defined as something that happens to you, and your body itself as something that you got caught up with, it is quite alien to our thought to consider all that as you yourself. Because you see, we have such a myopic view of what oneself is. It's as if, in other words, we selected how much experience is really to be regarded as me. As if you focused your attention on certain restricted areas of the whole panorama of things that you experience, and say, I will take sides with that much of it. Now, we come here right at the start to an extremely important principle, which is the different points of view you get when you change your level of magnification. That is to say, you can look at something with a microscope and see it a certain way. You can look at it with the naked eye and see it in a certain way. You look at it with a telescope and you see it in another way. Now, which level of magnification is the correct one? Well, obviously, they're all correct. They're just different points of view. You can, for example, look at a newspaper photograph under a magnifying glass, and where with the naked eye you will see a human face, with the magnifying glass you will just see a profusion of dots, rather meaninglessly scattered. But as you stand away from that connection of dots, which all seem to be separate and apart from each other, they suddenly arrange themselves into a pattern. And you see that these individual dots add up to some kind of sense. Now you'll see at once from this illustration that maybe you, when you take a myopic view of yourself, as most of us do, but you may add up to some kind of sense that is not apparent to you in your ordinary consciousness. When we examine our bloodstreams under a microscope, we see there's one hell of a fight going on. All sorts of microorganisms are chewing each other up. And if we got overly fascinated with our view of our own bloodstreams in the microscope, we should start taking sides, which would be fatal, because the health of our organism depends on the continuance of this battle. What is, in other words, conflict at one level of magnification is harmony at a higher level. Now, could it possibly be, therefore, that we, with all our problems, conflicts, neuroses, sicknesses, political outrages, wars, tortures, and everything that goes on in human life, are a state of conflict which can be seen in a larger perspective as a situation of harmony? Well, it is claimed, you see, that some human beings have broken through to that vision, that they've slipped somehow or other into states of consciousness where they see the apparent disintegration and disorganization of everyday life as the functioning of a totality which at its level is completely harmonious. And you could say, aha, at last I see, I got the point. I've seen how all this makes sense. But what this insight depended upon was your overcoming the illusion that space separates things. That is to say, the space, the interval between your body and mine. The interval created by birth at one end and death at the other. And then after somebody's death, then somebody else's birth. These are events with intervals between them. And normally we regard these intervals in time and these intervals in space as having no importance, no function. We tend to see the universe itself as really consisting in all the stars and galaxies. That's what it is, that's what we notice. But the space in which all this happens is sort of written off as something that isn't really there. But what one has to realize is that the space is an essential function of the things in the space. After all, you can't have separate stars unless there is a space around. Eliminate the space and you will see you couldn't have this phenomenon at all. And vice versa. You couldn't have the space. They wouldn't be there in any sense whatsoever if there weren't the bodies in it. So the bodies in the space and the space are two aspects of a single continuum. They're related together in exactly the same way as a back and a front. And you just don't get one without the other. So the moment you see that intervals, that space is connective, you can understand at once how you are not just to be exclusively defined as a flash of consciousness that occurs between two eternal darknesses, which is the popular common sense view which Western man has of his own life. That you consider that in the darkness that comes before your birth, there was no you, and in the eternal darkness that follows your death, there is likewise no you. And I'm going to discuss these matters not by appealing to any special spooky knowledge, as if I had been traveling on the higher planes and knew all my previous incarnations and therefore could tell you authoritatively that you are much more than this individuality. I'm going to do it on a basis of complete common sense, that everybody has access to the facts. And that just what you have to realize is that life is a pattern of immense complexity. And what you call yourself as a living organism, say, I am my whole body at the very least. Now what is that body? That body is recognizable, and I recognize my friends when I meet them again, with luck, and you recognize me. Although the last time any of you saw me, I was absolutely something entirely different from what I am now. Just as the flame of a candle is never a constant. The flame of a candle is a stream of hot gas. Only you say the flame of the candle as if it were a constant. Well, it is a recognizably constant pattern. The spear-shaped outline of the flame and its coloration is a constant pattern. But in exactly the same way, we are all constant patterns. And that's all we are. The only thing constant about us at all is the doing rather than the being. It's the way we behave, the way we dance. Only there's no we that dances. There's just the dancing. Just as the flame is the streaming of hot gas, just as a whirlpool in a river is a whirling of streaming water. There is no thing that whirlpools. There is the whirlpool. And in the same way, each one of us is a very, very delightfully complex undulation of the energy of the whole universe. Only by our process of miseducation, we've been deprived of the knowledge of that fact, not as if there was someone to blame for this, because it's always with our own tacit consent. Because life is basically a game of hide and seek. Because life is pulsation, on and off. Here it is, and now it isn't. And by being this pulsation, we know it's there. See, you don't know what you mean by on unless you know what you mean by off. That's why when we want to awaken someone, we knock at the door. It's not enough to slam the door once with your fist and make a big noise. But you keep up a pulsation, because that by its on and offness attracts attention. All life, you see, is this flickering in and out. Only there are enormous rhythms in it. There are very fast flickering ins and outs, like the reaction of light upon our eyes, such that if I take a lighted cigarette in the dark and I spin it, you will see a circle of fire. Because the reflection of that cigarette tip on your retina lasts, it endures. Just in the same way as on a radar screen, an image stays a little while until it's revivified by another round. So in that way, you see, you notice continuity. And in the same way then, you notice the continuity of a light, because although, like say, with an arc lamp is actually a flickering light. And that's why they don't allow arc lights to be used in any shop where there's a circular saw moving. Because sometimes the flickering speed of the arc light so synchronizes with the turning speed of the teeth on the blade that the teeth look as if they're not moving. And so anybody who might put his hand on the blade would have it chopped off, thinking it was a still one. So in this way, very fast impulses are looked upon us as constant. And we see where there are fast impulses a solid thing. When you look at the blade of a propeller or an electric fan, the separated 4 or 3 blades become a solid disc, and you cannot throw an egg through it. Well, so in exactly the same way, you can't put your finger through a rock, because the rock is moving too fast for your finger to go through. That's the meaning of the whole phenomenon of hardness. Hardness in nature is immense energy, but acting in a very concentrated space, restricted space, but going to beat hell. That's why you can't get through it. Now, from those very tiny fast rhythms, which give us the impression of continuity, there are also in this universe immensely slow rhythms. And these are very difficult for us to keep track of. And they impress us and depress us as our own life and death, as our coming and going, which goes for what is to us such a slow pace that we can't possibly believe that it is really a rhythm. We think of it as our birth, as something quite unique that could never occur again because we're so close to it, you see, and it's moving so slowly. And so with that point of view, we are, like Marshall McLuhan said, he borrowed a metaphor from me, which is that we are driving a car looking at the rear vision mirror. That means that the environment in which you believe yourself to exist is always a past one. It isn't the one you're actually in. The process of growth, the basic process of biology, is one in which lower orders are always being superseded by higher orders. But the lower order can never figure out, or only very rarely figure out, what the higher order is that's taking over. And may see it as a terrible threat, as total disaster, as the very end. But therefore can never be aware that the principle of growth always has and always will continue. Because that's what's going on. But you never know what the next step is going to be. Because if you did know, you wouldn't take it. Because it would already be past. Do you understand this? That any certainly known future is an event of which we can say, you've had it. And in that sense, it's past. When we play games, and we say in chess or in bridge or whatever game you're playing, the outcome of the game becomes certain. We at that point cancel the game and begin a new one. Because the whole zest of the thing, which takes me back to the idea that this whole thing is a hide-and-seek game, is that you don't know what the next order coming up is. But one thing you can be sure of, it will be an order, and it will comprehend you. At the moment, we stand at a time in history where we're beginning to think of the great countdown on the end of the human race. A terrifying possibility that through atomic energy, we may obliterate this planet and turn the whole globe into a star. Maybe that's the way all the stars started. Imagine, this great thing coming up. The countdown on the end. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where have you heard that before? You sit on the seashore and you hear the waves going in and out. And you don't stop to think. That's what you're doing. That's what the whole business is doing. And there are places where the wave mounts and mounts and it gets too big for its boots or whatever and it spills and breaks. We could do just that. But very important to realize that that's what you're doing, because then you don't get panicky about it. And the person who's going to press that button is the person who's going to be in panic. So if you realize that that's what it is, and that it doesn't really matter if the whole human race blows itself up, then there's a chance that it won't do it. That's the only chance we have. Not to do this thing which attracts us like a kind of vertigo, like a person who looks over a precipice and is all set to throw himself over. Or a person who jumps out of a plane when they're skydiving and forgets to pull the parachute ring because he gets fascinated with a target. It's called target fascination. He just goes straight at it, you see. So we can get absolutely fascinated with disaster, with doom. Or, all the news in the newspapers is invariably bad news. There is no good news in the newspapers. People wouldn't buy a newspaper consisting of good news. Even the free press is full of terrible news. Except the San Francisco Oracle. And the fascination, you see, for this doom might be neutralized if we would say, well, why bother about that? It's just another fluctuation in this huge, marvelous, endless chain of our own selves and our own energy going on. See, here's the problem. Because of our myopia, because of the way we've, as it were, restricted consciousness to focus upon just that certain little area of experience that we call voluntary action. That's us. And everything else happens to us. Now, that's obviously absurd. Let's suppose you take in your hand one of those toys, a gyroscopic top, and you suddenly notice the minute you get this in your hand that it has a kind of vitality to it. It seems to resist you. It starts pushing you in a certain way, see? And sometimes you're with it and following it. Then sometimes you see it, it's just as if you held a living animal in your hand. You know, you pick up a hamster, you know, or a guinea pig, and you hold this little thing in your hand, it's always trying to escape. So the gyroscope always seems to be trying to escape your hold. Now, in exactly the same way, what you're experiencing all the time, all sorts of things are getting out of control and doing things you don't expect. It's trying to escape your hold. All right, then don't grab it so hard. And you discover that this living thing that you're feeling, like the gyroscope top, it's your own life. Because you could see very simply that you would not understand the experience that you call voluntary action and decision, being in control and being yourself, unless in opposition to that there was something else. Thing about human consciousness, which has been worked out very carefully in Gestalt psychology, which is that our attention is captured by the figure rather than the back.
Right,
we attribute a higher degree of reality
Tommy
than the ones we don't notice. That's only because, for the moment, those are more important to us. Consciousness.
Oh. Gosh. How's he doing? Where am I? Gloves are off. So my trolleys. Charles, bring it on. Gloves are off. Come on. Come on. Where are you guys? Let's have it out. I had a great day today. Got a new podcast I dropped on our Patreon page. Woo! We got more members to our Patreon. Great job. Thanks for everyone joining the Patreon. Thanks for everyone coming in for entertainment today. Sorry, Windsor, that you got COVID. That sucks. Right? Blame Trump for not, we don't have problems with COVID in Japan. Not at all. We still, stores still have the vinyl to protect. We try to minimize contact on it. We take it seriously. We have to live with COVID. You have to make some adjustments to it. If you feel sick and stuff, put on some masks. I got bamboo in the back of the car. I'm gonna be making some more of the bamboo foot massages at the house. You start working out, going to the gym. Okay. How's everyone's day doing? Hope everyone's doing good. I'm headed to get Tommy, kind of sleepy. Had a little Alan Watts there. Upload a podcast to our Patreon page, movetojapan.info. Don't forget to like, to subscribe. Bring you this great content all the way from Japan. Get you away from your your boring, monotonous life. Hang out with UnDaoDu. UnDaoDu, the Sadhu of the fifth age. That's going to be built on Bitcoin, blockchain, and AI. So, big changes are happening. The world's in a very different place than what we thought it would be. Now we have a a populist president in America who basically doesn't care about anything outside of America. I guess I got to watch some news. I'm going to sign off here. I want to watch some news. I haven't watched it all. Take care.